Sanity's a little box.
What's up guys, it's Elizabeth. Today I'm going to be doing the horror movie tag, and it has 10 questions and they're all pretty interesting. Some of them were a little bit challenging for me to answer since I love horror movies so much, but I wrote them all down here and I'm going to share them with you. And if you guys want to, I'll have the questions down in the description box below so you guys can do this tag as well. So the first question is, what is the first horror movie you remember watching? When I was little, like my dad, he likes horror movies too. I mean, like, he's not as obsessed with them as I am, but he definitely does watch them. And one of the first things I think I could remember watching is Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know which one, but for some reason when I thought of me being younger and watching a horror movie, that just came to mind. But I'm not actually positive which one was my first. Number 2 is, what is your favorite horror movie? This was a hard one for me, and I like a lot of horror movies about the same, but if I do have to pick, it would probably be The Shining. I love that movie. Number 3 is, what is my favorite horror movie genre? That's a cat. My favorite horror movie genre is slasher films. I freaking love slashers so much. Okay. 4. What genre scares me the most? I don't really have a genre that scares me the most. The only thing that really scares me in a horror movie is jump scares. Like, if there's a jump scare, that always makes me jump. But, like, generally I'm not scared of, like, the movie. Like, I find it interesting. Just jump scares get me every time. Like, I'm like, like, that happens just about every time. 5 is the last horror movie I watched that scared me. Like I just said, like, horror movies don't scare me. But I was just watching, what the hell is it called? I think it's called One Missed Call, or like Missed Call, Last Missed Call or something. But at this one part, somebody stuck their hand out, and it was like, it seemed like a really suspenseful part, and then like it was like a jump scare thing when they put their hand out, and like I was like, oh my god, like I did that. I'm such a pussy. But yeah, those parts always get me, jump scares. Okay. That was number 5, I think. Yeah. Okay. So number 6 is, who is your ultimate scream queen? And mine would be Wendy from The Shining, when Jack is taking down the door with the axe right before he says, "Here's Johnny," and she's like screaming, terrified. I freaking love that scene. She did such a good job with that. Number 7 is, what's a concept I like seeing in horror? The things that I like in horror is when a movie is the kind that like screws with you and that you have to watch the movie a few times to understand it to its fullest. Those are my favorite kinds of movies. And, well, I mean, like, the concept of it, I guess. Okay. Number 8 is, what is your favorite on-screen kill? And this was a hard one for me because I like the killy, gory parts. But I was thinking, and I was just watching Child's Play, like all the Chucky movies the other day, and I love the scene in Child's Play 2 when the teacher is like looking in the closet for Andy, but then Andy already like escaped, and he ended up killing the teacher, and then after he starts whacking her with a ruler. I really like that part. I don't know if that's necessarily my favorite, but it's just a scene that I really like. I have a lot of scenes that I like. Okay, number 9. What's your favorite horror franchise? And my favorite one is Halloween. I love the Halloween movies. They're definitely my favorite. I watch them all the time. I started like classifying that as my favorite like 2 years ago, and before that it was Friday the 13th, but now it's Halloween. It might change again in a few years or whatever, but as of right now it's Halloween. And number 10, what's your favorite director? Wes Craven is my favorite horror movie director. I love his movies, his slasher movies. They're all my favorites. I just think they're amazing. He's amazing. He's dead now, obviously, but I wish he wasn't, because he was honestly like one of the best people in horror that there ever will be. And we need more, because new horror movies are like the worst things ever. I freaking hate new horror movies. Like, I mean, sometimes you'll find a good one, but the majority of the time they suck. So bad. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay creepy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.